clash in the AFC West. It's the Redwoods and the Thunderbirds on EA Sports.
Welcome in, everyone, to this presentation of the National Football League on EA Sports. Good to be with you. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson here in the booth. Greg, we got a couple of teams who love to throw the football, and you know how guys say, hey, we're not going against the other offense. We're going against the other team's defense. Greg, these star wide receivers, you know they're watching what the other guy does on the field here today.
Oh, in their minds, there's no question. They are competing against one another, and I think that's what makes this league so fun is when these guys, they know each other, they study each other, they work together in the off seasons. A lot of times they're friends.
The veteran, Jason Sanders, ready to get us started. And off we go here on EA Sports. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. So the visitors ready to go on offense here for the first time. And they're led by the man who waited his turn, the 2020 first-rounder, Jordan Love.
I think the biggest thing that stood out from last week's game was when they went into the game with an initial plan, how quickly were they able to get away from that when they realized it wasn't working? I think they got a lot of unscouted.
Oh, and they come after him right away, and down he goes on the first play of the game.
Mike, you said it. You mentioned just how loud it was, the energy in this building leading up to the opening kickoff. And with a sack like that on the first play of the game, this crowd's only going to get louder. And, man, we can feel it all the way up here in the booth.
That's pulled in, Najee Harris. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. They come to the line needing 11 here on third down. Now Love. Now a screen set up for Harris.
That's just one of those drives that was out of whack from the start, Mike. They just couldn't get anything going on the early downs, and they'll most likely punt the ball away and hope that their defense can do the same thing and get them the ball back.
And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. This crowd ready in anticipation, their offense taking the field for the first time. They are led by their quarterback, the future Hall of Famer, Aaron Rodgers.
You just hope throughout your career, Mike, that you're not on the wrong end of too many games like last week. So many games in the NFL come down to one score. They're very close. And every once in a while, there are multiple score games where you just can't seem to keep it close. They've got to do a better job keeping pace early, get off to a faster start. They want to have a chance. Come the fourth quarter, if this thing's within one score, they're going to feel a lot more comfortable this time around than where they were last week.
And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line.
This is a combination of footwork and vision, his ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Tremble comes in motion. A run with Benson. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down. Straight ahead, they go with Benson. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
Let's give some love to the big guys up front here, Mike. The offensive line is looking good here early to start the game. Couple nice big explosive runs. Expect them to continue to lean on the big guys up front as the rest of this game unfolds.
And this will be incomplete. Now a timeout called by the defense. Second down, Rodgers. That'll be taken in. It's Trey Benson. Here's a 3rd and 10. Play fake. It's Rodgers. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
Well, call and play action in that situation, that's certainly one choice. I mean, I don't know if it's the conventional choice. That is a passing situation all day. Nobody's biting on play fakes, even a little bit. And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
Isaiah McKenzie now to return. Oh, he's got room past the 30. The Redwoods offense going to take over now for the 2nd time. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. Take a look here at those receiving numbers from his game a week ago. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Here's Love. They'll look to set up the screen here. Can't ask for much more. On the screen, they gain 19 yards and a 1st down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there. Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
On 1st down, it's Love. To the sideline, and what a catch, and what a great job to keep the feet alive. Inbounds as good as you can do it. That is a gain of 22, and it sets up 1st down and goal. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. That one is caught in the back of the end zone. Tyler Lockett, touchdown Redwoods. That his 1st touchdown this year.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their 2nd possession.
After the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. Tylan Wallace now on the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Thunderbirds offense ready for their 2nd possession. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. And this will be a short pickup to about the 30. Jelani Tavai there on the tackle. They face 2nd down and 7. On play action, Rodgers. Now he'll swing it out to his fullback. He'll try to use that size to push forward, but it's not going to work. Defense strong up front, and they're going to get him down behind the line of scrimmage. It is 3rd and 10. Off the play fake, Rodgers. And he does a nice job to avoid the initial wave. They're going to get him down behind the line.
We've seen a little bit of a transformation across the defensive tackle position. And what I mean, Mike, is years ago, they were on the interior of the line to stuff the run. They were big bodies taking up space. Now, not only do you have to defend the run, you have to be able to win one-on-one matchups and get to the quarterback.
And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The Redwoods offense ready to come back out for this next possession. The lead sits at 4. So they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. And he'll take this up past the 40. A pickup of 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Another run here with Harris. Maybe a couple there. It's 3rd down.
And with that run, Mike, even though it brings up 3rd down, it still keeps this offense in what they call a 50-50 downs. It means with the down and distance provided, you can call a run or a pass, and both are equal threats. And that's what makes it so hard for these defenses to defend those situations.
It's a pickup of 12. That's enough for a 1st down.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
On 1st and 10, here's Love. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
The offense goes from feeling really good about the previous play with a real nice pickup to then on the ensuing play ending up going the complete opposite direction. Really nice job here by the defense immediately getting back on track. And what do the coaches say? Just play the next play, and that's exactly what they did.
Well, that helps. It's going to be a much more manageable 3rd down, getting some good yardage on that 2nd down play. They'll put Everett in motion here. And some problems communicating on 3rd down, and that's going to be a delay. So now, after the penalty, a much tougher prospect to convert. It is 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Love. The pressure gets there, and he goes down. A sack that should be the final play of this 1st quarter. So after 1, it's a close game early on. And EA Sports NFL Sunday returns after this. On comes the punter now. He's on for the 2nd time. We'll try to get something inside the 10. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The Thunderbirds offense and running back Trey Benson getting ready for their next drive. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Man in motion, it's Diggs. 1st down for Aaron. That's taken in by the running back, Benson.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice 1st down pickup.
A-Rod now to throw on 1st down. He's trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not, and be taken down there.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the third sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
And a nice run there as he surges forward, a gain of 8, and sets up third down. Man in motion, it's Diggs. Oh, a bad time to run out of time. They don't get the playoff on 3rd and short. So, after the 5 yards walked off, it is 3rd down and 8. From the gun, Rodgers. He'll try to run for it. And he's able to gain yardage out of this one before he slides.
And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the 1st down.
Here's Daniel Whelan now, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. This one angles out of bounds, and the mark comes inside the 15-yard line. The Redwoods offense ready to get back to work. They'll begin with 1st down from their own 11. Now Love. He'll tuck it and take off. And he'll gain yardage and able to get down at the end of the play. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. They're going to run out of the gun, and here's Harris. And he's got 1st down yardage. Bring it out to the 24.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
Off he goes. And he slides and covers up at the end, avoids the hit, and picked up decent yardage along the way. On 2nd down, Love. A quick throw, pulled in by Tony. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a 1st down. Shotgun snap, and they give it to Harris. And he's taken down, but just shy of midfield.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
And he'll get forward for a couple. Chris Jenkins there on the tackle. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. They'll give it to Harris again. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up 3rd down. They'll try to run for it with Harris. Good job on the ground to pick it up. Mark it at the 38, move those chains. 1st down. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. Love to throw on 1st and 10. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
Having a dominant pass rush so often translates to wins. But that's hardly been the case here, Mike, and they're able to add another sack to their total before half, and that's great. But somehow they still find themselves trailing, and that's the only thing that matters.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. They'll put Everett in motion here. Now whistles. Play clock at 0, and that'll cost them 5. Throwing on second down, Love. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. To throw is Love. Out quickly to Lockett. And they were hoping for a little more on that one. Brought down well short of the first, so it'll bring up fourth down. Here's their punter now, as he'll come on to punt this one away. And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. The Thunderbirds offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's A-Rod. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. They send Sutton in motion. On third down, Rodgers. And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front, because right now their pass protection is breaking down and his quarterback's paying the price for it.
Here's the punter now, as he'll hit this from just outside of his own goal line. And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. The visitors' offense getting set to get back to work. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. This drive begins with a run by Harris. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. On second down, a run with Harris. Can he get away? No, he's taken down behind the line. Good job by the defense with a negative play. 3rd and 6. Throwing is Love. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
The most important stat, Mike, to determine wins and losses in the NFL is clearly turnover differential, your ability to protect the ball and on defense take the ball away. And for any offense, that's even more critical when you have the ball on your side of the field.
The home team's offense ready to see what they can do. They'll begin with 1st and 10. First play of the drive, and here's Benson. Not much. 2nd and long coming up. "7-3 is the score, with 2 minutes to play in the first half. Greg and I will be right back after this. Now Rodgers. He'll spot his big tight end. That's Dalton Schultz. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
When you decide to throw the ball on 3rd and 1, typically, Mike, what you're doing is you start from the top down. If you have the big shot downfield, take it. If not, the quarterback works through his progression, finds the medium target, picks up the first down.
That's to the left side and taken in by Diggs. Still on his feet. And they will bring this into the red zone. Big connection inside the 20.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10. They'll throw again. Here's Rodgers. That's caught right side, the tight end Schultz. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. To the air once more, it's Rodgers. The 2nd down throw is incomplete. Now a timeout called by the defense as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half. Oh, and that throw not able to be pulled in. It's incomplete. Looked like he may have got a little ahead of himself there. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Jason Sanders on to try the field goal. This about as short as you can get. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Thunderbirds are back within 1. It's 7-6.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone, and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The visitors' offense going to get it one last time here late in the opening half. Their lead is just a point as they begin it on this drive with 1st and 10. Receiver in motion, headed left. They fake the jet sweep and give it up the middle. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. So a very tight first half, a 1-point game here at the break as we send you back east to sunny Florida. Standing by with our EA Sports Halftime Report, it's the coach, Jonathan Coachman.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. More from you and Greg in a moment. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here and what's already been an eventful afternoon of football. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. This one's been all you could hope for as an NFL fan. Just a 1-point game here at halftime. This has been as much fun as you could hope for with both these teams in it to win it.
Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustment's going to pay dividends here. Likely going to play a big role in who wins this one. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The home team's offense and Stephon Diggs heading back out on the field. And you see the numbers for him into this third quarter. They just pop off the screen. He has been open and electric throughout. They'll start out with a run, and it's Benson. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Rodgers to throw. Back to the outside. He's got Diggs. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. Here's 2nd and 2. On the handoff, this is Benson. And he's going to have a first down. Good run down inside the 45-yard line.
Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
And they'll take this down inside the 35.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
He'll take this down inside the 30. Cole Holcomb in on the tackle. 2nd and 7. Here's Rodgers. Over the middle. He's got the tight end Schultz. And he's in. Dalton Schultz. Touchdown, Thunderbirds.
Really nice job there by the receiver, understanding what to do after you secure the catch and the ability to target him in the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. If you can hit them in stride and be accurate with the ball, there is a lot of green grass to pick up yards after the catch, and he's able to take this one all the way into the end zone for 6.
And he gets in for the 2-point conversion. And the lead bumps up to 7.
Not a real complicated breakdown needed here, Mike. In short yardage situations like that, if you have confidence in both your back and your offensive line, sometimes it's the simplest plays that have the best results.
After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. Pringle now on the return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast, and right now they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
Now a timeout for injury. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
And he'll get this ahead. Gain of about 4, and it leads to 3rd down. Love to throw. Taking off, he'll try to get there. And he'll gain yardage and able to get down at the end of the play.
This is all about sensing the pressure. You can see him keeping his eyes downfield as long as he can. But ultimately he decides, I got to tuck this ball and become a runner. He's able to avoid the sack, pick up some positive yards.
Hunting time for the Redwoods, set to kick it away. As he's on for the 5th time this afternoon. And he's not going to get anything out of this one. They force him laterally out of bounds. No gain on the return. The home team's offense and their running back set to go once more. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of conversation in that locker room at halftime. They got to find a way to slow him down. Nothing they've done has worked so far. Here's 2nd and 9. Looking to throw, it's Rodgers. He keeps it himself. Can't beat those legs. 13-yard pickup, A scramble leads to a first down.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
They'll look underneath here to Benson. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. Throwing, Rodgers. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. Man in motion. It's Diggs. 3rd and short yardage. It's Rodgers. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. First time they've looked his way all game long, but he comes through with the grab and a first down.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
The quarterback just has no chance to escape when the offensive line gets beat that fast. When the defensive line can get in the backfield before the quarterback even hits his back foot of his drop, he's got no choice but to just eat the sack and live to play another play.
A throw here, right side, falls incomplete. Adonai Mitchell, the intended target. 3rd down coming up. To throw, it's Rodgers. Here's a screen set up for Benson. It'll gain some yardage here, but that is not nearly enough for the first down. So it's going to bring up 4th down. Punter out there for the Thunderbirds, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. The visitors' offense make their way out to take over once more. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. Look wide, get this one complete. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. On 2nd down, Love. He'll get back to Kadero Hodge. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down. Here's Love. Short pass taken in by the tight end. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. Off the play fake. Here's Love. Throwing left side there, but it is incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate. Great reaction by the defense. At first, Mike, it looked like there was enough room out there for the quarterback to pick this one up himself, but they were able to rally to the ball, and I think the officials are going to mark him just short.
Here's the Redwoods punt team now, as they are forced to kick for the 6th time today. They will get away from that one, and they're going to have tremendous field position. This ball hits and goes out of bounds. The home team's offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. That's taken in by the running back, Benson. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. They'll run here with Benson. And he's going to pick up the first down. He's up close to the 20. Again, it's Benson. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. He'll try again here. 2nd and 10. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. A give. Here's Benson. And he's got this up close to the 35-yard line.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
That is quickly out to Diggs. And he can't get away. They rally to the football on defense and bring him down for no gain. A run out of the gun with Benson. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line. A first down throw from Rodgers. Now he'll run. And after just getting in 4 plays last year, that's Aaron Rodgers who is in some discomfort. The training staff going to look and will step out for a moment. Huntley. This to the right side, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
You know, there's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
He'll try and get there on the ground. And he wisely hit the deck at the end of that one. No unnecessary shot there. It is a first down. 12 yards on the pickup, and that's a first down. 1st and 10. Now give up the middle, it's Benson. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a first down. A pickup of 9. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Huntley now. Now he'll run it. And he's into a slide to avoid the contact. Does so successfully, and it's a first down.
I love this call, Mike. 2nd down and short. One of the best downs in football to take a shot. Give credit to the defense. They were ready for it. But a nice job by the quarterback, realizing there's nothing downfield. Take off, turn into a runner, pick up the first down.
And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Trey Benson. Touchdown, Thunderbirds. And hold on to that football, young man. That's a keeper. His first NFL touchdown. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the 4th quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the 4th quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
The extra point by Sanders is good. And the Thunderbirds will take a 21-7 lead. After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. On the return, it's McKenzie. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Redwoods offense ready to get back at it. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. Throw to the right flat. It is caught. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on 1st down. 2nd down and 3. From the gun, it's Love. Has completed to Douglas. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
Fighting off tacklers, pushing his way forward. Good gain of about 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. Throwing is Love. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
If you want to be a top-notch NFL DB, of course, yes, the athleticism is a given, but it's really, you have to be instinctive. The instincts are what allow you to maximize those physical skills, and you saw them on full display right here, leading in the big-time breakup.
That is caught! Trying to get to that pylon, not there, but very close. They'll mark him out at the 1. A big play and a much-needed one as well. A pickup of 44 yards. Well, a chance to get right back in it here. 1st down and goal. They'll run with Harris. Trying to fight his way into the end zone, but they will mark him short. Down at the 1. Come a little closer. Here's 2nd and goal. To throw is Love. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. They'll try to run with Harris. And he will score. Game on. Najee Harris. Touchdown, Redwoods. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a 1-score game as they kick it away. This returnable for Wallace. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. This offense ready for their next possession, led by their running back. And we'll give you a look at some of the highlights. He's had a number of them over that magic mark, over 100 yards on the ground, including a rushing touchdown. He has been a handful for the defense right throughout. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. A run with Benson. Into the secondary, past the 40. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line.
4th quarter, you find yourself protecting a 1-possession lead. It's a fine line, Mike, between do I keep the ball on the ground, continue to work the clock, or stay aggressive, try to extend this lead to a multiple possession game. That's the balance this play caller is dealing with right now.
Motion man, set right. Here comes the jet sweep. And this defense having nothing of it. They get him down for a loss on the play. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. Rodgers on 3rd and 2. He gets this complete to Mitchell. And he's going to be taken down right at the 25-yard line.
So this is a part of the game that everybody works on, Mike. They call it 4-minute offense, and you don't necessarily have to have 4 minutes on the clock. But the whole idea is we possess the ball late in the 4th quarter with the lead. The goal is we want to end the game with the ball. So that 3rd down conversion is going to go a long way. Protect the ball, continue to pick up first downs. If they do that, I don't even think their opponent sees the ball again.
The defense all over this one. They get him behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a couple.
At this stage in the 4th quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
Throw left side, but that's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Stephon Diggs there, and it'll be 3rd down. In motion, it's Jefferson. On 3rd down, Rodgers. He'll try to run for it. And he slides and covers up at the end, avoids the hit, and picked up decent yardage along the way.
The defenders knew a pass was coming. They had their ears pinned back here on 3rd down, but they initially allowed him to escape the pocket and make a break for it, but give them credit. They recognized the scramble quickly, rallied to the ball, stopped him short of the 1st down. And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
Now an opening past the 30. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. So now this team's offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line. Love to throw it on 1st down. And not wanting to take on any contact, he's going to slide to a stop. Love to throw on 1st and 10. Look at that. Slinged it across his body and connected. 2 minutes remain in the 4th quarter. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. Here is 2nd and 7. They'll drop to throw. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball. Well, that's 2 straight plays now where this secondary has won their matchup. And right now the offense needs to find some plays that just call for easy completions. Get your wide receivers in space. Allow them to run after the catch. Because right now these downfield passes, the defense is all over them. And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
This taken in at the 8-yard line. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. This offense and their running back heading back on the field. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the 4th quarter. Straight ahead, they go with Benson. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. Now this defense will use the first of their timeouts. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the first down. They'll go again with Benson. And the defense was ready for him this time. Did not have the same room to run. That one's no gain. They run out of the gun with Benson. He'll pop this ahead for about 4, but it will set up third down. On third down, they go with Benson. The Thunderbirds getting their punter out there as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a fourth quarter lead. And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. The Redwoods offense and quarterback Jordan Love heading back out there. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end, trying to come up with a way to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those into big plays. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. Throwing on second down, Love. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down, Mike. Living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
This one down the field for Everett. And that's going to be incomplete. The defense holds here in the final minute, and they're going to get out of here with a victory. So the fans going to head home happy. It's a win for the hometown squad. They get the victory away from home in the division. Those are so valuable. And they'll get another shot in their place next time later in the season. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. So long, everybody.